Hey everyone, what's up? It's Drea and I'm here to do a Q&A with my bestie, Paris. And as you guys probably know already, she's already on YouTube. Her name is ParisD VSG. I talked about her in my last video. And we just figured it'd be fun to do a Q&A. She's in the pre-op stage and I'm in the post. As you guys know, I'm 8 months post-op. And I'll go ahead and shoot it over to her and she can tell you more about herself.
Hi guys, ParisD VSG here, and as Drea just said, I am in my pre-op stage, and I'm having my VSG surgery April 2016 in Tijuana, Mexico, with Dr. Ramos Kelly. So I'm looking forward to that, and pretty much now in my journey now, I'm just on a weight loss journey before my actual surgery to get better habits and whatnot, and for also, of course, a safer surgery. So yeah.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get to some of these questions that we decided that would be fun to kind of ask each other. It's not our favorite colors or anything like that. It's more has to do with the surgery because you guys know that my YouTube channel is pretty much meant for that. So I will go ahead and ask Paris the first question, and then she'll start asking me questions. We'll kind of go back and forth and feed off of each other. So out of all of the surgeries, why did you decide to get the VSG, or vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery?
Well, mainly because I was looking and researching, and I feel like it was the most effective and most safer choice. So and like if people did reviews, and I just felt like it was the success rate was more higher. So that's why I chose to get the VSG surgery.
Great answer. You're a pro.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome.
I gotta drink. I gotta reward myself.
Oh, by the way, if you guys catch us stumbling or anything like that, it's because we've decided that it would probably be best to drink on this video as well.
I'm trying to be professional.
Oh, yes. Professional.
Which is a hard task to do when you're drinking wine. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. So, the question I'm going to ask you is, do you feel that you've changed as a person after having the surgery?
You know, I would not say that I changed as a person. I think that I've more blossomed into the person that I am today. As in, I'm more open. I am more willing to talk to people that I normally don't talk to.
Right.
I'm not more self-confident. So, you know, talking to people is easier.
Right.
But I wouldn't say that personality-wise I have changed.
Okay.
If anything, it's changed for the better.
Right.
If you've noticed anything.
Which
So.
I think is good for people to know, because there's kind of like a stigmatism that like, oh, you know, people lose weight, they have like, oh, like they change, they think they're better for anyone. But I don't really think that's the problem. Like, you know, like usually when you're overweight, you know, I don't know if it's all people, but I can just speak for myself. You know, like you're so sheltered and whatnot, you're not as confident. So then you lose the weight and you blossom to your true self, and everyone thinks like, oh, okay, she thinks she's better, but like, no, bitch, I've been this way the whole time.
Right, that's
but
true.
Yeah, so I really
true.
think that's important for everyone to know. Just because you lost weight, honey, and they're going to be haters.
Yes.
They're going to be haters.
Haters are going to hate. They hate us because they ain't us.
Right.
That's what it's all about.
And there's going to be people who try to bring you down, but just stay true to yourself, girl.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
and you know,
so.
I've been staying true to myself.
Yeah,
Shoot.
yeah,
Anyways. Okay, so question number 2 for Paris is, what was your rock bottom? What made you decide that enough is enough?
Enough is just like it was just a lot of things, you know, like getting on the scale and seeing and just like not feeling comfortable within myself. I have become such a hermit, and that's really not me. You know, like I don't go anywhere or anything like that because I'm just like, I don't want to deal with it. Like, you know, like, you know, like in me, I'm tired of like going places and be like, oh, well, you know, pretty much, you know, how's the seating there? Am I going to break this? Am I going to break that? And I'm just, I don't know. Yeah. Everyone has their bottom line, and like then like for me, like it was just everything adding up all together. And so yeah,
I would say mine was the fact that I have a 6-year-old and I couldn't, when we have a lot of fairs in the Midwest. They happen all during the fall. So I wasn't able to ride rides with her. And I thought that was seriously my rock bottom.
Yeah.
That I can't even be the mother I want to be for my daughter. So that's a great point.
Okay. So who is your support system and how do they support you?
You know, I would say that the biggest support that I have is not only you, but my husband. He's been a great support system for me.
Awesome.
He is awesome. You know, a lot of people think that because we met whenever I was bigger. We met when I was 230 pounds, and I just ballooned up from there, up and down, up and down. And he's loved me through thick and thin, pun intended, for real. So a lot of people thought that whenever you do lose the weight, is he going to still be there for you? And he has been there 110%. He has asked me, how was your weigh-in today? You know, how do you feel? And if I had a bad weigh-in or something like that, and I'm like, oh, I weighed myself today, he's there to say, you're doing great. Look at the progress. You know, your size, blah, blah. Like, he's my biggest support system. And and not only that, is like, I can talk to Paris about everything that I'm going through. Like, oh gosh, this is how I'm feeling. Because I don't, you know, sometimes you don't want to bring it on to your man, you know. You kind of want to make you feel like, shit, I am the shit. And that's why you married me. But, you know, Paris has been really my rock. As in, she's been the one that's been like, it's okay. It's going to be fine. This maybe, you know, you just need to stick with it. You just need to be there. And she's always there for an ear. Somebody I can talk to all the time. So I would say you and my husband have my biggest supportive system. My mom has come around a little bit, only because that's probably the one thing that we have in common. But because she had surgery as well. So that's the only one thing we have in common. And other than that, I mean, the family's just been like, you look great all the time. And you're constantly going to get that when you have surgery. If you tell anybody that you've had surgery, they're going to continue to say you look great. I know that sounds horrible. They will tell you until you die. You look great. Have you lost weight? No, I'm pretty much the same weight as last time we saw it, like yesterday. I'm still the same weight.
Still the same weight.
Anyway, so, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Paris and my husband have been my biggest support system, and I think it's really important for people to know that it's important to have that support system. Reach out to a friend or one family member or two or whatever, anybody. I mean, that really helps you, and YouTube has helped me a lot too. I mean, if it wasn't for YouTube, there wouldn't be those days where I'm like, I can't go on my video next week or tomorrow and be like, yeah, by the way, gained 5 pounds, you know. It keeps me accountable.
Exactly.
Okay, so that brings into my question to you is, who have you told about you having surgery, and how open are you really about your surgery?
I've told, okay, so in one of my videos I said I told the people that mattered, and then I forgot that I didn't tell my sister, and she was like, I don't matter. I was like, no, that's not... So,
well, maybe.
But like, no, like I didn't mean it like that.
Sorry to break it to you.
Sorry to break it to you, but no, I told you, of course, and I told my boyfriend. I told my mom and my sisters, and that's pretty much it. Like, pretty much the people who I'm really, really close to. That's who I told. I mean, but then, am I really open about it? I'm going to say really no, just because I don't really talk to anyone.
What about, let's talk about this.
I'm not ashamed of it.
You know, at work, I haven't really told anybody because I don't feel like if I tell one person at work, every division, which by the way, my work is national, so every division, at least 8 people know, and the 400 is something people that are in my area will know as well. There's people that come up to me and say, hey, I heard you're looking really great. Do I know you? Like, this is the first time we're talking. So, have you told people at work?
Well, I told a few at work, but like, because I don't really talk to a lot of people at work because you know I travel for a job and I don't. So, like, you know, like I told a few, like, I mean, like it's something that I'm not really ashamed of telling people, like pretty much if it comes up in conversation, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I'm
Right.
getting this. So I'm not gonna be like, hey, my name is Paris. I'm getting VSG surgery. How are you? like you know. And we were talking about this one day because and it was about, you know, you kind of don't want people to know that about you before they actually meet you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of like they already have like a first impression of you before they
Right.
even meet you.
I've had issues with my sister telling people
Right.
about my surgery, and I'm like, I really don't know you. And they're
Right.
like, oh, hey, I heard you had surgery,
Right,
and you're looking great.
Right.
You haven't seen me when I was at my highest.
Right.
So how do you, I mean, that's great. Thanks.
Right.
Thanks
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally get that.
Right. So then, like, it's nothing that I'm ashamed of or anything
Mm-hmm.
like that, but it's just something that I don't really.
But if somebody was saying like I had a neighbor and I found out her husband actually had the lap band,
Mm-hmm.
and she had just openly told me. I never told her that I had surgery. She just openly told me, and I said, well, that's funny. I had the
Right.
VSG surgery.
Right.
I think I'm open in that perspective, but if people say you're looking great, what are you doing? That's not the first thing I go to.
Right.
Especially at work, you know. I will say this now, that I went to go see an orthopedic surgeon, and he's like, I need to get on your level, and I said, no, you don't, because that means 80% of your stomach will be gone. And I told him, it's just,
Right.
I think it's more work.
Yeah, and like,
I just don't want that. Like every
Right.
time somebody sees me,
but
you know.
but then I've met like. I work with a couple of people, and you know the whole weight loss thing came up, and they all told me, "Oh, you know, like I've had the lap band, I had this, I had that, or like."
And then
whatever
you're
thing.
open. You feel like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
opens a door.
Yeah,
to
like
talk
it's
about
more like it's more open to. And the other reason why I haven't really told a lot of people in my job, let's be honest, a lot of people in my job are younger. Most of the girls are younger, and they're like 90 pounds, so they're not really on my level.
90 pounds and they want to lose 25 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, like exactly.
Yeah.
So like you know, so another reason why I'm never open at the job I'm in now is because I don't really think that they will understand because they've been like 90 pounds.
But let's just say this though. I had a friend, I had posted something on my personal Facebook. He called me up and said, you're looking so great. I was thinking, who's this hottie on my Facebook, right? Anyways, he knows my husband, so don't worry about it. Anyways, and he said, did you have surgery? Yeah, I did have surgery.
Right.
If you want to ask me, did I have surgery? Yes, I did have surgery.
Right.
I would never hide that for anybody. But if you said, what are you doing to lose
Right.
weight? Then I would say, I'm eating less and exercising more,
Right.
because
Right.
that's the truth.
Right.
Yes, I am eating
If someone
less,
were to ask me like
half a cup of food.
directly if I was having this, I wouldn't be like, no. I'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
All right.
oh shit.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Pick up your phone, girl.
Prepare, I gotta be prepared. So, okay. This is why we're asked. What has been your most satisfying moment so far?
Oh
And
my
what
gosh.
moments are you looking forward to?
Oh my gosh. Most satisfying moment thus far has probably been riding a roller coaster. I went to Coney Island this last, I don't know, what was that, April, May? Anyways, went to New York. We went to Coney Island, and I was able to ride a ride, and I thought, I mean, not only was the wind in my face, but I thought I was literally crying on the roller coaster. Because I could ride a roller coaster. That was I think one of my biggest things is that I went to the Mall of America one year, and this was a long time ago, and they had told me that, sorry, you're a little too big, you need to get
Right.
off. That was the most embarrassing moment of my life, and yet the most satisfying was riding a roller coaster again. And that means I can ride roller coasters with my daughter again, be an
Right.
active parent.
Right.
Yeah, I think and what do I look forward to? I know it sounds ridiculous, and Paris might not know this yet, but when we go to Mexico, I will be wearing a two-piece.
Awesome.
I'm gonna do it. With all this skin and shit, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna do it. And the reason why is because first of all, my dad was a very strict dad. No two pieces allowed. So I've probably never worn a two-piece in my life.
Right.
And I will be at that point where I'm just like, this is me.
Right.
This is who I am now. So,
And there's nothing wrong with that.
and I can't wait to do that. I know I've never been that kind of person, but I just have so much self-confidence now that
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going out to Walmart looking at,
Yeah.
I'm not doing like a crop top at Walmart.
Yeah. Here's a PSA. Don't come to Walmart looking raggedy because you will end up on people at Walmart. And I'm going to look it up and laugh at you.
On my Facebook.
Yeah, I'll be like, look at this girl.
Hey, what is this? Look at this ratchetness.
But yeah, but like, yeah, like, it's like the little things, you know, like, fit in a roller coaster. I'm gonna be like a one roller coaster ride now.
Oh,
bitch,
girl, that's about to be.
done.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay.
Last question for Paris. What do you look forward to after losing the weight?
Just living my life, oh my God, to the full potential that I know I can live my life to. And like you were just saying, kind of touches on the last question too, like getting on roller coasters. And it's like the small things, like, because I used to live in Chicago, and like no one wants to sit next to the big person on the subway.
Yeah.
You know, and like
I get that.
and like in being comfortable in an airplane, I have very like
to ride in an airplane, like let's just say that we all know that feeling where you are seriously sitting next to the person, or somebody looks at you like, really, do you want to change me seats?
Right, like like I don't want that feeling anymore, and like and pretty much just to be confident and just
or at the movies where you're like putting up the thing,
right,
the like, armrest, just because you don't,
like just
it's just not fun.
Live like a normal human, you know, and like because like I said, like I'm only myself around the people who like know me, like Drea and like my family and my boyfriend. That's the only time I'm really myself. And like story time, I like because I'm visiting Kansas City now, okay. And like I have been avoiding going anywhere just so I don't run into anyone who I went to like high school with.
Are you embarrassed?
Yes. I can honestly say that. And I went to Target with my mom and my sister last night, and I saw someone who I knew, and I was like, oh crap.
And you walked the other way? Did you walk the other way?
Yes, but the thing is,
because I will tell you, I've done that.
Because it was raining here last night.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for my mom to bring the car around.
Yeah.
She turned out to be waiting too, like, you know, so I was like hiding in like a little dollar aisle.
Oh my gosh.
Waiting until she got done, and my mom was like, I've been hawking outside, like, you know, so.
The reason why I'm saying oh my gosh so much is because I remember those moments.
Yeah.
My husband, for some reason, he knows everybody. Oh my gosh! I mean, like we go to Target, Walmart. He knows somebody. When I was bigger, I would literally walk the other way, and he'd be like, "Where'd you go?" And I said, "I'm embarrassed. I am so embarrassed to be around you, as in not around you, but I'm embarrassed for myself."
Right.
I know that feeling. That's horrible.
That's what I do with Austin, and he's like, "Oh, what do you?" I'm just like, "I'm gonna go."
But now, I'll tell you now. One thing you have to look forward to is now you want to take your man everywhere because you're like, I want everybody to see me. Like, look at me. Like, that's what I want to see. So,
So,
yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to. It's just like the little things.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
Okay. The phone keeps locking. Sorry.
Uno más.
Okay. You ready for this one?
Oh, boy. I don't know. I'm out of wine now, so.
How's your relationship with food now, pre and post weight loss? You knew this was coming.
We just talked about this, and I said, I hope that bitch dies. Okay, because my relationship with food now, I used to love to cook. I used to love to do it, and now I could go with just a heated up meal because I can only eat so much. It's not enjoyable anymore, and I fix like, you know, homemade Alfredo and stuff like that, stuff that's I'm not really eating. So it's just not as enjoyable anymore. But funny enough, whenever I do feel down, that is my go-to. That is my one go-to. That is but because I can only eat this much of it, it's not satisfying. So you have to sit there with your feelings and comprehend what's going on and almost talk yourself out of eating more because you're like, you're going to just puke anyways because you can't fit any more in there.
So you feel like it's better now? Like, you know, you don't really...
I would say
as much as you used
yeah,
to.
because I've taught myself not to confide
Right.
in it. Like I don't have a choice.
Right.
I don't have a choice.
Right.
So I feel like the relationship with it now, it's just like it's just fuel. It's just I get a headache if I don't eat.
Right.
You know, a lot of people can go a whole day without eating when they have VSG. I don't know who can do that.
Right.
Not me. Not me. If I start getting a headache, the first thing I think is, when's the last time I ate?
Right.
And then I eat. And I only eat because I need to eat. And, you know, that kind of thing. So,
That's bad.
anyways, so that would conclude our Q&A, about 20 minutes long, but we made through it.
We made through it.
We did. So if you don't really know Paris, or you want to get to know Paris a little bit more, then you can go ahead and hit her up on ParisD VSG. ParisD is all one word, and then VSG. I'll go ahead and put a link to her channel below, and otherwise, we will see you guys later. I'm going to make a video. I don't know if Paris is going to make a video. She has to head out and drive about 4 hours. Oh my God. I keep telling her she could just move back into my house. I'll pay her to live here. Anyways, all right, I love you guys, and we will see you guys later. All right, bye.
Bye.